Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am at a Florida spring, which is like a salty type spring. This is one of those springs that has like all these miniature canyons underwater, and it's pretty impressive to see. So what I mean by a salty spring is that this spring itself has like saline properties. So it's like a brackish style water, and because of that, it allows like blue crabs to thrive here where otherwise in freshwater they would not, and other fishes that can thrive in this brackish style water. Like that's why we will see mullets and all these other types of fishes. Pretty interesting. And here, like you can see, I found my first composition where it has like these miniature canyons, and I'm interested in doing this under and over style picture here with the trees in the background. So you guys will see. Very interesting, very cool looking. After photographing that composition, I found this placo, or this armored catfish. These are invasive species that do not belong in Florida. I believe they're from South America somewhere, but they are all over the place, and they are interesting to look at and quite a decent subject to photograph. But I do hate the fact that they are invasive, and I just hope that they don't take away from our natural species around here. Here you can see me fighting with the spring current. I mean, you cannot see the current obviously, but you can see how I barely move. That's because in that spot the current is pretty strong. It's very unusual because the current is strong like in some spots, and in other spots I don't feel it. I don't know when it's gonna like hit me, and I gotta struggle, and otherwise you just gotta go with the flow. Initially, what I came here today was to do landscape style photography underwater, which is basically with the wide angle lens and the dome port. Do like under and over style photography because of the little canyon styles here in this spring. And then I would change it to the macro lens and try to do some wildlife photography. Here you can see one of those canyon-like subjects, but this image in itself didn't turn out. I didn't find the proper foreground, so I just kind of abandoned that picture. I will take some pictures of wildlife with the wide angle, but it never works out because it's just they are always just too far. So but I did find a subject at one point, which I will talk about later. I was thinking about it previously to do like a blue crab like on one of the canyons tops as a wide angle, use the crab as a subject, but it didn't quite pan out. But I did find something similar. You guys will see later. This place is very deceiving. There is a lot of wildlife and fishes in here, and when you look from the top you don't see any fishes because they're all on the rocks, but once you get inside you see a lot of wildlife. Here it was funny because I had set up the camera and the fishes just came around back to the camera where it was located. There's even a small gator that lives in the corner of the spring. He's about 4 footer, I would think. He was there. I actually recorded it with my cell phone, and I didn't include it in this video. But I just stay away from that specific area because that's his home, and he's not gonna attack or anything like that. It's just where he stays at. So it's interesting and good to know. Just like any other wildlife, just leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Here are some of the mullets that I mentioned earlier. Like I said, they are saltwater fishes, but they do come to the freshwater. It's pretty funny because if you leave the camera in a spot for a little while, the fishes will come and check it out. So very cool to see. Here I finally came across one of those blue crabs that I mentioned. I didn't have my long lens, so I wasn't trying to photograph it. I just got close enough so I can video it, and it decided to cross the canyon with a little quick swim that it does, that side swim. Very cool to see. It wasn't in the position that I wanted, so I didn't try and pursue it. Plus, I was very close to the spring here, which was pushing me the entire time, so I just had to take a look at it and keep moving on. Here I found another nice foreground element for the under and over photography. I decided to go vertical on this one and try it like that, only because it was like a skinnier type image. So I went ahead and took pictures of the rocks, and then I just stuck my camera out to the top. You can't see it here, but the dome is outside, and took pictures of the trees in the background. I like the blurry look of the trees instead of trying to get it sharp, and that's what you guys will see here. Let me know what you guys think of this image. I then after that picture came across the crab that you see here, and that's when I said like this might be the crab that goes up on the rocks and does like that king of the hill type image. So I try to approach it very carefully, taking my time. I know it looks a little chaotic here, but I was moving very slowly and kind of letting it move on its own, but it never went on the rocks, but it did go in between the two rocks, or between the canyon walls, if you will. And I said, let me do a picture here because it kind of looks really cool with the with the white sand and the rocks on the side, and I know the trees were in the background in that area as well, so I would also do an under over. Let me know what you guys think of this image. And yes, I did go vertical on this image. after that image, I was pretty satisfied with the wide angle stuff, so I went ahead and got out and changed to a macro lens. So as soon as I got back in the water, I came across another blue crab, and this guy was a little bit more attentive. It was facing me, so it was pretty cool to be able to face it and take images pretty straightforward. He seemed a little bit more defensive, more alert, I guess, considering he's seen this big thing in front of him. So pretty cool. But here are some of the pictures. I came across this foreground here. I'll try and keep that in mind next time I come here. This will definitely make for a good image for landscape aspect. But I wanted to say that next time I come out here, I'm probably gonna bring more like the 24 to 105 and shoot f4, because I think the macro lens at 2.8, sometimes the plane of focus is just too thin for the distance that I'm using, so I might do that next time. Here's one of the images I took of the fishes with the macro. The learning curve for macro photography underwater is definitely going to be tricky for me, so I still got a ways to go. It's going to be pretty fun, but I wanted to say thank you guys for watching the channel, and I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys stick around for the next video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time.